Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, enjoy the ride, get your favorite soft drink, make some popcorn, because the HeelCast is now. All right. It's Hurls. I'm hosting tonight. It's a very, very big show we got for you because we're going to be doing two different shows into one. We're going to be doing an awards show, and we're also going to be doing a prediction show. And joining me tonight is, they call me the king of Fab Style, but honestly, I think this guy is truly the king of Fab Style. Larkin, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Hurls, you do realize this is the second year in a row that you and I are doing year-end shows together?
Yeah, that is pretty cool, actually. Now that I do remember last year's.
Yep, we had some fun with last year. So yeah, the second year in a row, you and I doing some award shows, man.
What a better way to bring the guys who just love women.
Yes.
Onto an award show, right?
Exactly.
We're the evil geniuses behind this.
We are.
That is right. So tonight, it's going to be a very, very fun show. Lots to get to. Tons to get to, really, when you think about it. But first, before we get into all that fun, we got to do some shout-outs. So let's give a shout-out to Robert Does Wrestling. Robert, all over YouTube, always making videos, always commenting. He always has good opinions about things. Love to hear Robert's perspective. Go check out Robert Does Wrestling. Also going to give a shout-out to Larkin. You, my friend, you're doing big things, obviously, all the time with different interviews. Mm-hmm. And why don't you kind of tell the audience what you are into these days as far as working with a specific promotion?
Yeah, Lingerie Fighting Championship. I'm doing a lot of work with on their Twitter and their Instagram right now. I'm doing some interviews for them. LFC has a calendar out right now, the 2019 calendar with all the girls in it, such as our current champion, Roxy Roundhouse Michaels, Jessie El Toro Santos, Allie Baby Doll Parks. A lot of these girls have different backgrounds in wrestling, MMA, jiu-jitsu, boxing, and it's a very fun promotion, man. I mean, it's just filled with beautiful women that can kick ass and really exude and exemplify beauty, strength, and dominance. And if you guys want to check them out, just go to lingeриefc.com. Check them out on Twitter at lingeриefc, and Instagram is Lingerie Fighting Championship, and same with Facebook. So just check them out. They're a great promotion, a mixture of MMA, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and a whole lot of beautiful women.
All right, cool. And we're also going to give a shout-out to a guy that you used to know very well. He's doing his own thing in Total Nonstop Impact.
Yes, sir.
Check that out. Former HeelCast member Kyle and Trent Zubari doing good things.
They are.
We're going to bring you a weekly podcast, so check them out. Check out the Bodega, right? That's still going on.
Yeah, Bodega. We're doing our thing with the Bodega with Jorge, Chef, and Robert. Yep,
Jorge and Chef. So definitely listen to that. Wrestling Perspective, P.D. Williams. Definitely check that one out. Always a good one. You got Killing the Town podcast with Don Callis. Get into the mind of the Golden Booker himself, Don Callis. One that I really like is Why It Ended. It's featuring, formerly featuring Robbie E., former Impact superstar, with Matt Kuhn. Those guys do great work. Robbie will not be on the show going forward. So that could be some type of speculation there as to what he's doing in the future. But definitely Wide Ended will keep on going. So I want to give them a shout-out because it's a very good podcast. I got my own podcast. It's a side one. We only got 3 episodes. We're working on the 4th. I just had a baby, and I'm switching jobs. So it's been a little tough to get my gaming in, but check out the Retro Review Crew. If you haven't listened to the first 3 episodes, they're up there on YouTube. You just type in Retro Review Crew. We definitely are going to be getting more episodes in. We're just need to beat some more video games for that to happen. So anyways, Retro Review Crew, check out that. And go to impactasylum.net. It's where all the content for this show and articles and opinions are. So please give that a check. So,
and last thing I'll say on my end, I'm still doing the Stephen Mike Show podcast, Never Guess S&M Network, where you can hear interviews with porn stars and whoever I have on, whatever day or week it is. And pop culture's on there as well. And Hurls, you and I will be doing a Power Man 5000 show very, very soon.
Yes, yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait to do that one because that album, Tonight the Stars Revolt, such a fun album.
It is
just so cool and so fun. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So anyways, let's get into 2018. We didn't really, on the HeelCast, we didn't really get to talk about it as a whole. So we're going to do, first off, let's just do a general overview of 2018. Larkin, why don't you start it off? 2018, what did you think about it? And it was definitely a change from 2017.
Oh, yeah, well, you had the likes of Austin Aries coming in. You saw Impact and Lucha Underground, the partnership. You got to see a lot of people come in like Rich Swann. You got to see the OVE and the incident that happened with Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan that took up a good early portion of the year. You got to see Eddie Edwards go crazy. You got to see Willie Mack come in. You got to see the Rascals come in. You got to see Killer Kross just make a hell of a debut. You got to just see a Slammiversary. You got to see Bound for Glory. You got to see Johnny Impact finally win that world championship. You had the introduction of new knockouts such as Tessa Blanchard, the Smoke Show herself, Scarlett Bordeaux, and now Jordan Grace, Katarina even. You get to see Grado and Joe Hendry and Katarina. You get to see new tag teams. I mean, it was a very interesting year with a lot of solid action.
Yeah, no doubt. And we had another pay-per-view this year in Redemption, which was pretty cool. So, 2018 was definitely a transition year, but I, for the most part, enjoyed it. They gave us a lot more content to watch than we had in years past. So, I enjoyed 2018. There's some things that I didn't really enjoy at times. But overall, I think it's a step in the right direction. I think Impact's building. They're building slow. They had to take a step back, obviously, because of all the financial turmoil they've been in, from the, I don't want to use the previous regime, but they put them in a tough spot. We'll just say that. So hopefully Impact, it's not for everyone, the way they do business, but I think it was needed. So, all right, let's get to the awards. Let's go, first thing, let's go X Division Wrestler of the Year. Larkin, who you got?
Man, for this one, I am going to have to say, open up your third eye, it's Matt Sydal.
Yeah, that's who I got too. I think it's a pretty obvious choice. I think the guy, we all know how good of a wrestler is. We knew how good of a wrestler is, but he developed a character this year. That's not easy to do. He's been in this stage of the game for quite a while, and the character worked very well. I mean, not only was he in a lot of really good matches, but the character work he did. It's not the best gimmick you're ever going to see, but I thought it did its job, and I thought he legitimately got over as a heel this year, and I think he definitely earns it. I mean, Brian Cage, he basically, in my opinion about Brian Cage, is he won the title, and he just kind of dominated the competition. Not saying he didn't have good matches. One with Phoenix was awesome, but I think Matt Sydal, hands down for me.
Well, I mean, are we also going to forget the fact that Josh Matthews was his spirit guide early in the year, and then Austin Aries, brought the Grand Championship and retired it, and now, that whole deal. I mean, so he had a good start with the year, Matt Sydal, and then, yes, Brian Cage coming in and dominating.
Right. Yeah, I actually totally forgot about that whole spiel with Josh Matthews, but, that's kind of how it started, though, which is kind of funny. So, but Matt Sydal, both of our X Division Wrestler of the Year. Let's go Knockout of the Year. Who you got, Larkin?
Well, we started off just with since their debut attacking Allie and that whole deal, I have to go with the Undead Bride, Su Yung.
Yeah, this one was tough for me. I don't know if it was as clear as day that I was going to go with Su Yung or if I was going to go with Tessa, because I think Tessa, definitely, you could put her at number one. You really could. But I think in terms of character work and match quality and just the overall package, the complete package, I'm going to give it to Su Yung. with Tessa coming in second, I think Su Yung just really proved herself this year. And, I mean, when did she come in, Larkin? She came in around March?
Yeah, they did the thing around March with her and Braxton Sutter, who is no longer there, and then they did the whole match with Allie at Redemption, which Allie won, and then Su Yung won the title after that. She put Allie in the coffin, she put Rosemary in the coffin, and that really just... I really did just enjoy her whole promos and the Undead Bridesmaids as well. And I think what really intrigued me, though, is because I think we can speak on everybody listening to the show, Hurls. And not everybody was a fan, and I think everybody hated the fact that Madison Rayne was going against Su Yung at Slammiversary. But I really did enjoy that build-up and her, in the funeral home, and just that whole schmaz that they did with her, and that was her send-off, and just the matches that Su Yung had. I did see the one on one of the Twitch specials she had with Alana Austin, who was on MediaCon. I believe that was not bad. But Su Yung, man, I mean, I've been really enjoying her stuff, and now she's got Allie by her side, and the battle with Rosemary at Bound for Glory. I mean, and now the whole thing with Kiera Hogan. So, I mean, how can you not? I mean, besides the matchups, just her segments and the promos have been great. Adding Father James Mitchell, a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. She had some other really good matches, too. She had a match with Katarina. I want to say it was at Zero Fear, which is a one-night-only show. That was a really good match. And the Uncivil War in Tennessee. Whoever she fought there was a really solid match.
Nicole Payne.
Yeah, Nicole Payne. That match was really good.
Oh, dude.
Enjoyed it a lot.
We're missing one. Soraya Knight at Rise of the Knockouts.
There you go. Yeah, they had I don't know if it was match of the night, but it was close.
It was. I mean, the veteran that is Soraya Knight and Su Yung.
Yep, that was a very good match. I think Su Yung, I mean, you definitely... the more I'm looking at this, but, Tessa deserves it, too. She had that Iron Woman match with Mercedes Martinez.
Yes.
That was really good. I mean, Tessa, you can make the case either way. I'm just going to go with more of the whole complete package of, I got to go with, Su Yung.
Okay.
There, for sure. Let's go comeback of the year. Who do you got for comeback of the year?
It's going to be controversial, but I got to go with Austin Aries. I mean, Austin Aries comes in, he drops Eli Drake like a bad habit, beats him in a matter of seconds for the title with Eli Drake in his street clothes. Then you get to Redemption. He has the match with Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix, and after that whole Alberto El Patron debacle, that match from Impact versus Lucha Underground that was there, the match with Moose. He managed to have a main event matchup that was very decent with one Fala Ba Ba Ba. Then there was the Johnny Impact stuff. He's just, Austin Aries did his thing this year. Maybe a very controversial figure, but I think you got to give it to Austin Aries.
Yeah, if I'm thinking about all the comebacks that we saw this year, and I'm not talking about just the one night comebacks like Disco Inferno or none of that, but I mean, you had Katarina, you had Austin Aries, Petey Williams was more 2017, so that that doesn't really count. But I think, you did have Hernandez and you had Hernandez.
Yeah, that applies. The OGs.
Yeah, and you had King.
Mm-hmm.
Kingston, but I think when it all comes down to it, I think for sure Austin Aries was comeback wrestler of the year for sure. And who knows what's going to happen with Austin Aries going forward? We still don't. I mean, I don't really think anyone has a 100% correct answer that they know what he did at Bound for Glory was storyline or not. So blurred the lines, kind of. So. I have my predictions, and we'll get to that later. But
I mean, I'll say this to you, Hurls. I mean, Austin Aries, he's kind of like the CM Punk in a way because he was the one guy that was always known for being like a pain in the ass. Very much spoke his mind, and I mean, I think Jim Cornette was the one that said he was a miserable human being. But then again, this is Jim Cornette who just criticized the one John Murray on that Twitch show that Impact did not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is, and Jim Cornette comes from the old school, and he's done a lot in the business. But, yeah, I mean, with Austin Aries, you really never know with that guy. I mean, he's always still... I mean, I've seen him for over 13 years, from Ring of Honor to Impact to WWE and back to Impact again. So, I mean, who knows? We shall see.
Yep, exactly. So, yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, though, on Comeback Wrestler of the Year, Austin Aries. He gave us a lot of good matches for 2018 for sure, and a lot of really good angles too, I believe. So, okay, let's take it a little different gear here. Let's go pay-per-view of the year.
Slammiversary.
without a shadow of a doubt, Slammiversary as well. Even though I think Redemption was really good. I think a lot of people didn't, they kind of maybe slept on Redemption. They didn't really know what to think about it because of the main event changed so quickly. But, and they did have some problems with the ropes that night. Okay, the ropes were pretty loose. But Redemption was a solid show. It really was. I mean,
the only bad match I think that was kind of was when Tessa came out to do commentary to make her debut. That match with Taya Valkyrie and Kiera Hogan was kind of
Yeah, that one was just kind of blah. But, you had LAX versus Scott Steiner and Eli Drake. Oh, yes. My goodness. That was awesome. Yeah. Scott Steiner pulling out her Frankensteiner. Man, that was just awesome. But, I enjoyed Redemption quite a bit.
Hold on 1 second, Hurls. 1 second. Did you see what's going to happen Mania weekend with Scott Steiner versus Hornswoggle, sir?
I did see that, actually. Oh. I saw you post that.
Jesus, man. I can't believe somebody's booking Swoggle against Scott Steiner.
Steiner. Jeez.
Jesus.
That's going to be funny. Oh, boy. But, Bound for Glory obviously was a solid show. I don't think anyone's going to say it wasn't a solid show. I just think that the whole Jericho rumors that Impact was fueling themselves, they were fueling it too. I think I think it was just a little disappointing for some people, I guess, because they didn't get that whole aspect. So,
and I think who was the guy that was supposed to fight Eli Drake at Bound for Glory? Was it supposed to be Joey Janela? But I believe Joey Janela got hurt, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Joey Janela, correct.
Which I would have been for that because Joey Janela is an amazing talent. But then we got who we got, and just because I'm not going to say his name because what's going on with him right now because it's disgusting. But yeah, it was a letdown.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's too bad because Joey Janela, he tore his ACL and his MCL. It was a bad injury.
And dude, him and Adam Page killed. Yeah, well, him and Adam Page killed it all in this year.
I mean, man. So, there's not much Impact could do in that case. Unfortunately, I'm not even going to get into it. Not even going to get into it.
Okay. All
right. The crowd said exactly what we're all thinking.
Yep.
So, anyways, let's go best Twitch show of the year.
All right. I'm going to go with MediaCon just because of the Fleisch and Storm LAX match, the Sami Callihan, Jimmy Havoc death match. And it was just great to see them doing their thing over there in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, it's a solid choice. I wouldn't blame you. I'm going to go with the Lucha Underground versus Impact Wrestling. I just thought, there was 15,000 people watching that at one time.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. There was a lot of people watching that special. I thought the matches made it feel like a pay-per-view, and it felt like an all-star. You're getting all these guys you never seen go head-to-head, and I know a lot of them are on Impact now, but at the time, they weren't, and this was the first time we were seeing a lot of these matchups. So, very, very cool stuff. I just thought that whole Twitch show was awesome. Another one that I think was really good was Penta Does Iowa. I thought that one was pretty solid. And then nothing to get MediaCon was good too. There was a lot of good Twitch stuff. So I think overall, I think there was more good Twitch shows than bad ones. So, but yeah, for me, Lucha Does Impact, and you got MediaCon, both very good.
All right.
One night only of the year. I don't know if you've gotten to see all of them. So if you don't want to make if you don't want to do an award for that one, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I got no comment on this one. It's all you, man.
Sure. I think if I had to go with the best one, Zero Fear was really, really good. It just had a stacked card from everything from Eddie Edwards versus Trevor Lee, which was a really good match, Su Yung versus Katarina, and then you had a really good match with Sami Callihan versus Josh Alexander. You had Austin Aries versus Rich Swann, and then Pentagon versus Eli Drake and Moose in the main event. Really, really good. I think top to bottom, that probably was the best wrestling one. Night of the Dummies was a funny one because Eli Drake basically got his own show. I don't know if that was the best. I think I'm going to give it to... And then also you had VCW's 25th anniversary show, which was really good as well. 3 really good one-night onlys there. But I think I'm going to give it to Zero Fear. I think Zero Fear was the best one night only of the year. Just from top to bottom, the card was just really good. Really good. So, yeah, that's what I'll go there. So let's go back to the wrestling awards. Let's go to Tag Team of the Year. Who you got?
Come on. It's got to be LAX.
Yeah, and they won last year too. So I'm going to give it to LAX as well.
I mean, 2 years. You're 2 years.
You have the OGs.
Well, yeah. Well, 2 years in a row, we're having the same conversation. We're like, dude, it's got to be LAX.
Right. It's got to be LAX. I mean, sure, you could say the OGs, but they didn't win much.
Oh, well,
you could make a case for. What was Andrew Everett? Was it Z and E?
Oh yes, Z and E, DJ Z and Andrew Everett. That's right.
Yep, they didn't last long enough.
Eli Drake and Scott Steiner, yeah.
Yep, they didn't last long either. Of course, you got your Desi Hit squads, and you got your Matt Sydal and Ethan Page, and you got your Lucha Brothers. They're a formidable tag team.
Grado and Joe Hendry.
Yeah, Grado and Joe Henry. You can put them in there.
Well, I think we talked about this before.
OVE even, yep.
Well, we talked about this before. Lucha Brothers, but they started off as singles.
Exactly. They came in too late. And LAX's body of work for the whole year was, just great. So LAX wins by
hands down.
Any Impact fan's going to say that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tag Team of the Year. LAX. Let's go Rookie of the Year. Who are you going to go with Rookie of the Year?
Ooh.
Now, Rookie. Here's how I like to say Rookie of the Year.
Go ahead.
You can basically first time do Impact, basically. First time. It doesn't matter what they did and whatever other promotion they came from. First time in Impact, they're a rookie in regards to that. Or okay, so we could do that. Let's do this. So we'll do Newcomer of the Year, and then we'll do Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year. First, I guess you could say first time they stepped onto a national promotion.
Well, technically speaking, Su Yung is kind of a rookie because that's...
She is. Yeah. She is. Yep. She's never... Yep. This is her first national promotion she's been on.
Okay. So yeah, I'll go with Su Yung again.
Solid answer. I think... Man, I think I'm going to have to go along with you. I think Su Yung is the Rookie of the Year, for sure.
Newcomer of the Year, I think for me it's a toss-up between Taya Valkyrie and Tessa Blanchard, who are going to be fighting at Homecoming, but I got to go Tessa Blanchard on this, undeniable.
Yeah, I think Tessa Blanchard as well. I think she did just a phenomenal job all year long. All year, she was great, and she's got that pedigree, She's definitely got that pedigree. Joe Henry was another one who, man, I mean, he was spectacular.
Well, he was hilarious with the Eli Drake stuff and the whole nine. It was great.
Yeah, exactly. And I know you probably don't watch his show on Twitch.
Well, yeah, he does a lot of video games. I know.
Right, he's fun on there too. So I think he does some good stuff on there. Which shouldn't be understated.
Well, Hurls, didn't he play Sonic the Hedgehog? I know you're a big Sonic the Hedgehog fan.
He did.
All right.
He played Sonic. He played Crash Bandicoot. Heck, they had a Mario Kart tournament with the Impact Stars.
Nice.
Yeah. So we had a lot of newcomers, though. We had we had Rich Swann for the first time. We had Willie Mack come in there. We had Trey Miguel. Yep. We had Zachary Wentz. There's a few guys out there that made their debuts in Impact this year. So,
and Jordan Grace for the females.
Yeah, Jordan Grace, but
I know she's relatively.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tessa Blanchard.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's what we'll do. That. Let's go Breakout Star of the Year.
Okay. I think you better call the police because I'm gonna go with Killer Cross.
Solid answer. I was torn with this one because they were technically a part of the same faction. I was either going to go Killer Cross or Moose because I think Moose's character work cannot be undeniable, understated, because I think he's done great things all throughout the whole year. You know, I enjoy his ridiculous outfits he wears every week.
Oh my god! All right, I'm gonna say this right now. When I was watching Bound for Glory and how he was dressed like that, he kind of reminded me of like Prince Nana in Ring of Honor when he used to come out with Jimmy Rave and he had the embassy. You remember that?
Yes, I do know. Oh yeah, like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America.
Yeah, that too. But
yeah.
I mean, he's funny with his stuff. He kind of reminds me of when Monty Brown would come out with all the the flashy attire that he used to come out with.
Well, he also wore a romper.
Yes, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah, no, that was. Oh, that was.
Oh, you can't tell him. You can't tell him. He's Money Moose, man. He's Money Moose.
Yeah, he is. He is. I'm gonna go though. I mean, I am gonna go Killer Cross as well. Oh, just the work that guy puts in to make his character so intense. I think he gets it, and I think he's definitely the breakout star. But I also want to give a shout out to Tessa Blanchard because she's clearly a breakout star if she's not one already. So, but we'll go Killer Cross.
I think you and I were also talking about Congo Kong start off the year. I mean, he was having great matches with Cage. I mean, for a big guy and the agility that he has, he could move. He beat Abyss in the Monsters Ball match. He's having the feud. He took out Johnny Impact. Then it just ends with him going in the pool. And then we haven't seen him until like those Twitch shows, like you mentioned.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys that you can put out there that could win this award for Impact this year, but I think Killer Cross is definitely the one that deserves it. Okay, so this is a different one. Most improved. Who do you got?
Most improved. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I gotta think about that. Most improved.
Well, here, you know what?
Good.
You keep thinking,
all right,
and I'll give my answer.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to Moose. I'm going to give it to Moose because he got the character down.
Okay.
And once you get that character down, I think the sky's the limit. So I'm going to give it to Moose because we all know he's a very solid wrestler, but he added the character with it and turned heel, and he's done a great job with it. So I'm going to go with Moose as most improved this year.
I think with me, I'll just go with it from a character standpoint because, he was the white meat baby face, and then Sami Callihan did what did. I'll go with Eddie Edwards because he channeled his inner crazy, and he went all nuts.
Sure. They're both, both solid picks. You really can't go wrong with either one. So, okay. I think we can get to the main event. Right. Wrestler of the Year. Who you got?
Oh, man. Okay. I think... For me, I'm going to have to go with for Wrestler of the Year. Okay. I'm probably going to go with I'm going to go Pentagon Jr. just because I like Pentagon Jr. because what he's done with Phoenix and by himself and the matches that he had with Sami Callihan, I'll give it to Pentagon Jr.
That's solid choice, and he won the world title.
Yes, exactly.
That's not to be understated. Man, Wrestler of the Year. I think when it comes down to the overall package, everything's included, character work, matches, promos, you name it. I think Wrestler of the Year. And this is weird because this guy always loses. But I'm going Sami Callihan. I really am.
Okay.
I'm going Sami Callihan. I think the guy has done such great work this year. And he's been in a lot of big-time money feuds, and he had the match. Oh, we haven't even got to that yet, but...
well, we'll say it here. Match of the Year is Sami Callihan and Pentagon Jr. from Slammiversary.
That's what I'm going with. It's bar none. That match was just like, how could they top what they just did? And that was... My jaw was open the whole time. There was a lot of good Impact matches. There were tons. If you include the Twitch and One Night Only, you got a lot of different ones to go by. But... Sami Callihan versus Pentagon. That's interesting too because we both picked the guys in that match. So, yeah, I'm going Sami Callihan because I was thinking Austin Aries, but I was like, I just can't give it to him because, there was something missing. He had a good run, but there was something missing. So I wasn't going to give it to him. And Johnny Impact, I was like, he had a good year, but he wasn't, he was gone in Survivor for a while, so. I'm not going to give it to him. I just think, Sami Callihan, that guy, like if I'm looking at like crowd reaction, crowd heat, he got it. You know, he got it. So I'm going him. Let's do manager of the year. Who you got for manager of the year?
All right, I'll go Father James Mitchell because I was so happy to see him back on TV.
he was awesome. He was awesome.
If you say Gama Singh, I'm done.
Yeah, you got Gama Singh, but I'm not going to go Gama Singh. I'm going to go Conan. I know it's kind of a cop out.
Okay.
Yeah, he deserves it. I think he's just kind of almost by default. There was more managers than we normally get, but I mean, I'm gonna go Conan for that. So.
See, you almost said Gama Singh, girls.
I did. You got me saying Gama. Gama.
Gama.
So, anyways, I think that's it. Do you have any other awards that we can give out? Because I think we kind of gave.
Nah, I think we went through everybody, man.
Yeah. So, I guess we can kind of go into the news then.
Well, let's do the DJZ one first, because DJZ is no longer on Impact Wrestling's roster.
Yeah, no. DJZ has officially left Impact. It's not really a surprise to many people. He was not used that much this year. He was only used in... He made his return to Lucha versus Impact, okay? And then he was off for a while, and then they brought him back with Andrew Everett. He was doing some, he was doing the whole tag team. They actually won the belts, so that was pretty cool. But then once they lost him, he was basically just pretty much taken off television. So,
and for me, I've always loved DJZ's work, whether it be with the Bromans, whether he first came in as Zema Ion. The tag team with Andrew Everett was good, but they held the titles for like a hot minute. Then they lost it like right back to LAX, and then they did the LAX Eli Drake and Steiner feud and that whole nine. But I mean, yeah, man. I mean, you haven't seen DJZ. I know he's doing some MLW stuff, and I know he's doing a lot of other work. But yeah, it was kind of a foregone conclusion because you haven't seen him in so long. So it is what it is. But right. I wish him the best.
Right, and I mean, we talked about this on the HeelCast too. We talked about Trevor Lee leaving. It was only real speculation, but he confirmed it on Twitter. I was disappointed because I really like Trevor Lee. I mean, I know the Cult of Lee wasn't the greatest thing, but I think the guy is such a great shape. He's a wrestler that can just go out there and give you an hour, and just have a great match. And the stuff that he can do, he's just very, very talented. And it's too bad Impact didn't really give him a push to kind of lift him up a little bit more in the maybe upper mid-card section. But it's all right. I wish him the best. I hope he does good in NXT because that's pretty much where he's going.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I remember Trevor Lee, like he even says himself, he's a 3-time X Division champ. I remember when Brian Myers, Kurt Hawkins were the tag champs for a cup of coffee back in 2015, then they lost it right back to the Wolves.
That's right, when they were like part of the GFW stable. So, yep.
So, I mean, yeah, that's the releases. But do you want to talk about the big news, Hurls?
Oh, let's jump right into it.
Okay, because we're in hot pursuit, Hurls. We're in hot pursuit.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's talk about first the whole pop thing going down.
Oh, well, Hurls, you know what I have to mention, too, is right, because do you realize that this coming Saturday, January 5th, is the 3-year anniversary of when Impact made its debut on Pop TV back in 2016?
Wow, I did not know that, but I do remember it.
Yep. That was the debut of the Miracle Mike Bennett.
Yes, and James Storm came back.
Yes.
Yep. And I don't even want to get how they botched his entrance too. They play the Beer Money song before he comes out there. Oh boy, goodness!
Like, geez, I wonder who's coming out. I wonder.
Yeah, exactly. Like, geez, and then Bobby Roode leaves like 4 months later. So
yeah,
it just fell apart even before it got going. So that's just disappointing. But there was that James Storm versus Bobby Lashley match, which was really cool. So did get some stuff. And he did win the King of the Mountain title, I believe.
Yes,
or
he did.
Was it the Grand Check? I can't remember when he won it. I know he won it at one point.
Well, yeah, he held the X Division. It was the King of the Mountain title at the time and the World title.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
I knew I had one of those in there. But anyway,
you were good with it.
Yeah. You know, the whole pop thing, it was kind of weird because Impact took a different direction creatively. And their ratings kind of took a hit because they went for a more wrestling-centered product. And, you know, hardcore wrestling fans love it. Casual fans do not. Okay? Casual fans want more of the soap opera stuff. They do. They really do. And, you know, when they went more of the wrestling heavy, the ratings started to take a hit. And it got to a point where Pop just put them on a different time slot. I don't think Impact was happy about it, but whatever. You know, and this was the direction they took. I have a lot of mixed feelings. I've heard that they left on good terms. Did you hear that as well, Larkin?
I did. I did remember them saying it was good terms.
Okay. So, like, the relationship's not ruined, obviously. It's not, you know, they're not going to be on, but it's not like it's, you know, just like Spike TV, basically. Where that was, you know, that was not in good shape, basically. When they left with the whole Vince Russo thing. Mm-hmm. Yada, yada, yada. So, then, there was basically Impact hired the guy that used to work in WWE. I don't know the name offhand. I'm not by a computer or anything. But they hired this guy to try to get them a TV deal, okay? And then all of a sudden we hear dirt sheets are saying, okay, WGN possibly, Sci-Fi Channel possibly. And then they're talking to True TV. And then the announcement gets shown that it's this channel called Pursuit.
Yes.
I got Chef blowing me up in the comments saying Pursuit. I'm like, what are you talking about, Pursuit?
They're on Pursuit. Well, I woke up to that, too, because what's funny about this is, because we're all in the chats, and I wake up to our boy Robert Does Wrestling. He's like, well, this is Impact's new home. And we're like, what the hell is Pursuit? Pursuit? I'm like, because you're misreading. You're like, okay, they're in pursuit of, like, a channel. You think, like, it's a part of a sentence, right? Not that, like, the actual name of the network is Pursuit. And then you do more research on it, and you're just like, okay. And here's my thing, and I'll mention this to you. You look at, like, those three that you mentioned, like your WGNs, your Sci-Fis, and your True TVs, right? All have history. A professional wrestling on it. Ring Warriors is on there now, 8 a.m. There was WWE Superstars was on that channel. The All In 0 Hour pre-show was just on WGN. Sci-Fi has had the WWE's version of ECW and SmackDown on it. True TV, I mean, Conspiracy Theory with Jesse Ventura and Hulk Hogan's Micro Championship Wrestling, for those that remember that, the midget wrestlers.
Right, yes. Yeah, oh yeah.
So, I mean, there's history with wrestling on those channels, so I'm just like, okay, we're going to Pursuit. Then you find out that Anthem owns the Pursuit channel.
Right, exactly. I think, yeah, I mean, you know, Sci-Fi was kind of, you kind of thought iffy about it because there's a NBC owned station, and, you know, they show, obviously, WWE. I thought, you know, the True TV one, that may have worked, but, you know, I think it was just too good to be true for wrestling to go back onto Turner. You know, I mean, yeah, I think we were all a little disappointed by going to a channel called Pursuit. You know, I had no idea this channel. And the first thing I did, I was at work, and I opened up my DirecTV app, and I looked to see if it's on there. And sure enough,
it is.
I get the freaking channel. It's on the basic package on DirecTV. So it's like, okay, I can get down with Pursuit. You know, I have it. But I know a lot of people don't, and it's just...
Well, for me, I'll be honest, I have the Pursuit app on my phone, so, and I think they have, like, all their shows. I'm sure that they're going to add Impact there, so if I want to watch it, I can watch it on the app. Or there's many other ways to watch it, because I get Spectrum, so if I want to watch it, I can just watch it on the app or whenever. Anytime. Right. It's at my fingertips.
Exactly. So. I think... I'm pretty sure they're going to put it on there. I don't know if they'll put it on there the day after or whatever, but I would think it's going to be on there as soon as it airs. And, I mean, it is on a lot of different... you can get the app as well on Roku TV, so that's pretty convenient. So we'll just have to see when the episode airs, and then check the app, you know, and see how that kind of all plays out. But
now, do you know what the slogan is for the Pursuit channel?
We Are the Outdoors?
We Are the Outdoors, and we deliver the outdoors, and they're apparently they've been around since 2008, and their headquarters are in Alabama.
Wow. Okay.
Now, do you want to hear the programming that's on this show, on this channel, Hurls?
You know what? I don't really want to hear it, but I do know that you want to tell it. So
okay, so here.
Go ahead.
Here we go. There's Hitmen, Texas Team Trail, Jimmy Houston Outdoors. Now, Jimmy Houston is a very popular fisherman. I think he's done some stuff on ESPN, so that correlates back to, like fishing and sports and whatever is on ESPN at the time. There's Colorado Buck. There's Keith Warren Deer and Deer Stories. There's Texas Trophy Hunters. There's American Air Gunner, National Walleye Tournament, Federation Angler TV, Mossy Oak Country Roots, Sportsman Adventures with Captain Rick Murphy, Ducks Unlimited, and Impact Wrestling.
They fit right in.
Yes.
Well, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Earls.
You got to bring James Storm back now, right?
Hey.
Okay.
Hey. Bring it back to the shed with the Revolution.
Right. You got to have something, or like Skinner. You got to like bring Skinner on or something. A
little Steve Kern action. There you go.
Yeah. You gotta tie it in a little bit.
Yeah.
No, but in all honesty, like if we're really wrapping this up, I just think Impact didn't get anything. They didn't. I hate to show. I don't want to, be super blunt about it, but. And okay, there were reports that this is a stopgap, and it's not necessarily the end of them searching for a TV network.
And they're saving money financially is also how they put it, too.
Exactly. They said it was a better deal financially, which is good. Can't really hate on that. But I think that, if we're really looking at it, it's not good news by any means, but I just think, like, okay, they were shooting high for a big-time TV deal. But how are you going to shoot high when your ratings were going, they weren't going up, they were going down? I just think it's hard to negotiate when your ratings ain't going up. Then if your ratings are going up, then at least you have something to bring to the table.
You know what's so funny? Like the last ratings I saw, because it's holiday season, I think the last rating I saw, because, obviously we had the best ofs for the 2 weeks, and tonight was the final Impact before Homecoming. The last rating I think I saw was the first best of, because I haven't even been checking, because, it's the holidays, Earls. The last one I saw was 116,000 for the best of Impact Part 1. I don't even know how anything else was, because it's, the holidays, man.
Wow. Yeah, I just think, like, okay, this was I'm glad they got a channel, because they at least have a channel.
Yeah.
I don't really like the time slot they chose. Like, if it's a
Friday at 10 p.m. Well, yeah, Friday at 10 p.m.
Yeah, like that doesn't make sense. I mean, are you really buying the okay, we're gonna be on after SmackDown? Like,
well, here's the.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, and SmackDown isn't on Fox until October, so they still.
Right, you're waiting 9 months to get to that point. I just think it's. Whatever. Well, I guess we're buying what they're selling, but it's kind of not. Something's not adding up there. So.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
Forward.
Yes, let's go into Homecoming rules.
Don Cal says we're going to have an edgier, sexier product.
Well, yeah.
They're going to need it.
I know.
They got to go balls out here. They got to go, if they're going to do TV 14, they got to go all out TV 14. Not just slightly TV 14. You got to push the envelope here. You got to get ratings. They got to do things that are going to, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? And I think they're going to have to go with a more, they're going to have to do more soap opera style TV show. I'm sorry to say it, but they're going to have to. And I'm interested to see where this goes. I want to see if Don Callis, lives up to what he's saying, the more edgier, sexier product. I'm on board with it. Because, if you look at WWE, they're not really given that, attitude era really anymore. TNA, I'd say through most of the 2000s were doing that. Ring of Honor is more of a safe. They like to play it more safe, just good matches, whatever. Lucha Underground, you get that, you know, style.
And the soap opera as well.
Right, that's definitely a soap opera style. So, but I think Impact's going to have to do more stuff to get ratings, and they're going to, I don't know how they're going to do it, but I also think we should bring this up too.
Go ahead.
Because this is big. This is big. We got to talk about it. I think AEW, we got to talk about this.
All Elite Wrestling with Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks, man. Wow.
Yeah. I'm not buying the hype yet.
Okay.
Because I got to see something. Because last time I bought into the hype that Impact was going to be on True TV or Sci-Fi, and it turned out to be a total dud.
Well, let's see what they do, man. The only person I saw that they signed was Britt Baker, who was in Rise and who was on All In. So I think that's the only one I saw that they signed so far.
Yeah, she's a hell of a talent.
Very talented.
She was part of Fire and Nice, right?
Yep, her and Chelsea Green. Yep.
Yeah, so she's a hell of a talent. There's no denying that. But I think there's talks of Goldberg. There's talks of Jim Ross being involved.
Well, I mean, if they want to have like good bookers or someone, I mean, Jim Ross, I mean, he was head of talent relations for WWE for a time, and Chris Jericho has that mind. So if you have those people around, I think that's good and a plus for them.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he was also, he had some pull in WCW a little bit. So, yeah, he's a guy that you want to have. There's been some rumors about Chris Jericho. I'm not really sure about the Jericho thing. I still don't know why Jericho hasn't showed up in Impact yet. I think he will eventually, but we're just not going to know when, like he says, So,
I mean,
there's rumors that they're negotiating with Turner, TNT, and TBS. I think if AEW gets onto either one of those stations, they're automatically in the conversation of being huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Those stations you get those everywhere.
Yeah. And in your direct comparison with WWE, who's smack dab in the middle on USA.
Yes. I mean, that's a mega channel. It just is. I mean, where do you think, like, okay, TNT, let's go back to TNT now. I mean, they've had some decent shows, but none that have, like, really broken pop culture phenomenon like Walking Dead, right? Yeah. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely.
Probably since Nitro?
Yeah, probably since Nitro was on that channel,
I know the NBA's on TNT. They get good ratings. I mean, tonight we had the Rockets and Warriors overtime game, okay? TNT, they have Inside the NBA with Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, that's entertaining as all hell. But as far as their own, like, shows and content, they're kind of lacking. I think TNT or Turner in general needs to get wrestling back on again because it's engraved in their history, So I am all about AEW. I'm all about supporting them, but I don't want to see another Ring of Honor. I don't. I think if you got Tony Khan, and by the way, for all of you that don't know Tony Khan, he's the owner of, I believe it's the owner's son who owns the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep, you're correct.
The NFL team, okay? We don't want to see him become a Dixie Carter, a money mark, okay? He could be. But hopefully he's guided by businessmen, and hopefully he listens to Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks because, they know wrestling. They've already proved it with All In, okay? So there's a chance. There's a chance this could be big. But, history's shown it's going to take a lot of work. You can't just throw money and expect things to, go in your favor. If they're trying to be number one or if they're trying to be a solid two. I think, though, with Tony Khan, and if you're on TNT, you're trying to be number one. Am I right?
You're right.
I think, do you have an opinion on that?
Really all I can say is, if you want to be on TNT and you want to be number one like this guy, because apparently he's got the loot, and, Jacksonville Jaguars, I mean, if he puts the money and he puts the time in, they have a really good shot of, competing, possibly, maybe, who knows, man. But like I said, it's a very exciting time. Let's just see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is going to be, we're still a few months away from getting any more news from this thing. I don't want to give it a lot of hype that it already has because it's gotten a lot of hype. But
all we know now is that it's a thing, and let's see where it goes.
Right, exactly. Do you think this hurts or helps Impact Wrestling?
Depending on if they work with their talent, it helps, but let's see how it goes. I mean, there's a lot of talent that you could see there. I mean, if you want to have an LAX match against the Young Bucks or an LAX, whoever they bring in, I mean, it could possibly help. I don't know. I think it's too early to really tell, but if they decided they want to work with Impact, good for them.
Okay. Because I just think that, okay, you got another competitor out there. If you're Impact, you don't want to lose more talent to either WWE or AEW. If AEW steps into that number 2 promotion fold, because I'm not calling it number 2 right now until I actually see substantial proof. And, you know, people are going to argue ROH. I still think Impact's, when you're looking at everything and everything included, I still think Impact is bigger than ROH. If you want to debate the whole New Japan thing, that's fine. Whatever. But I think AEW, if they move in that number 2 slot, I think Impact will be hurt by this because I think that they're going to get a lot of talent. They're going to be kind of like what ECW was. They're going to get leftover scraps. And they're not going to be able to, you know, Anthem's really got to make a big play in 2019. They do. They just do. They played it safe in 2018. They're going to have to shell out some money in 2019. True because AEW's fast on their heels unless they're working together some way, shape, or form. But I just think that if Anthem is going to play it safe, I don't think it's going to work. I think they're just going to be a small-time indie promotion. I think that's what it's going to be. I mean, yeah, they got the Pursuit thing. And let's not forget, you got MLW out there, too.
That is very true.
You know, they did a lot of big things in 2019. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. I'm a huge Impact fan, always will be. But, man, it's hard to resist to see what AEW does. It really is, because if they can give us any semblance of the Monday Night Wars, I'm all for it. So
I think man, let's see how, it's exciting times, but let's just see how it all unfolds. And I mean, Cody Rhodes, I mean, he's got promoter in his blood. I mean, his father, Dusty Rhodes. So, I mean, let's just see what happens. Yeah,
he does. It's just, I mean, we'll see where that goes. And I think it's got potential. It really does. And for Impact's sake, I think they got to make some risks. I really do. I think this is the year where they got to take some chances, and they got to. They have a good product. They do. It's just it's got to get better. You know, they can get better with it. So
there's always room for improvement. I feel you.
Right. So, anyways, let's go on. Let's go on to our final topic of the night, which is why we came here. Mm-hmm. Homecoming.
Yep.
We got it this Sunday on pay-per-view. Let's give our homecoming predictions. Let's start off with the tag team match. It's going to be Allie and Su Yung versus Kiera Hogan and Jordynne Grace.
You got to go with this one. With we could possibly see a Rosemary appearance, and maybe Allie will become, free from, she'll get her soul back or something to deal with there with Su Yung, where she won't be all, the whole undead bunny kind of deal, if you will. So I'm gonna say the newcomer Jordynne Grace, and since Jordynne Grace is undefeated, and Kiera Hogan and Jordynne Grace get the win over Allie and Su Yung.
Oh, interesting. I'm actually going to go Allie and Su Yung in this one.
And you're going to say Kiera takes the pin,
yeah. I think Kiera takes the pin, but I also think Rosemary comes back because of a possible beatdown, and then we get some sort of interaction between the two. So I'm going to go the opposite there.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Su Yung and Allie taking the pinfall.
Yeah, but either way, I'm excited. I'm intrigued with it because I added Jordynne Grace, and I know that they want to make Jordynne Grace something. I'm going to tell you right now, Hurls, I definitely can see a Jordynne Grace Tessa Blanchard matchup down the line.
Oh, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of where.
When and where, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to happen. And by the way, are you pumped to have this pay-per-view in the Asylum?
Well, yeah, dude, it's memories. I mean, me watching, Impact back in 2004, watching my first ever show, I've started getting into TNA now as it's Impact, AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy on the second anniversary show for the X Division title, and you got to see all those matches, and then 2004, the first year they had the Victory Roads, so that's the evolution of the company, man, and just those Wednesday night pay-per-views in early 2002, 2003 with the Cage, you had the Cage girls in there like Lollipops, I mean, hey.
Yeah, man, good times, right?
Yep, you had Sports Entertainment Extreme, bro.
Yeah, I think that we should all, I think we're all happy to see this back in the Asylum. And the Asylum, it looks a lot bigger than a lot of the other arenas they've been going to,
Yes, sir.
Like Sam's Town Casino. It looks a lot bigger than that, obviously. Or even the ballroom that they had Bound for Glory in. The Melrose Ballroom, so. All right, second match of the night. Sami Callihan versus Willie Mack. It kind of developed with the whole, X Division qualifiers. Not a big feud, in my opinion, but what do you think of this match? You excited for it?
I am.
I mean, I think it'll be good.
Oh yeah.
Not a lot of heat behind it, though.
Yeah, I mean, it just got relatively newly announced. I mean, they just had, he's bickering with them, and the history that Sami Callihan and Rich Swann have. Obviously, we're going to get some interaction with Callihan and Swann, but I think in this particular matchup, I think we're going to continue this feud here, and I got to go with the aforementioned draw, Mr. Sami Callihan over Willie Mack in this. But I think it's going to be a very good match and solid. I'm going to go Sami in this one. How about you, Hurls?
Yeah, I'll go Sami as well. I'm not sure where they're going to go with Willie Mack at this point. Not a lot of heat, but somehow it'll be entertaining because Sami Callihan can do it. I mean, don't get me wrong, Willie Mack is a really fun performer. There's no question. I think, I think the match itself is going to be good. I think it's going to be entertaining, but I think Sami Callihan ultimately gets the win just by the numbers game alone.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go third match of the night. False Count Anywhere. Eddie Edwards versus Moose.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. We've seen these matches with these guys. I think this is the one finally, and it has to be the end of it. I think this is where Eddie finally gets his revenge, so I got to go Eddie Edwards on this.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think Eddie Edwards wins. These guys have wrestled a ton this year.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, not only just on Impact and pay-per-views, but Twitch and one night onlys. We've seen this quite a few
Well, this
times.
is also the rubber match, Hurls, because Eddie Edwards was the one that pinned Moose at Bound for Glory. Then Moose beat him in that matchup where he freaking power bombed him right onto the apron, which was still a sweet ass spot. And then now we get the False Count Anywhere. And I mean, hey, I got to go Eddie Edwards in this because we got to move forward with Eddie. But I don't know where he goes or who he feuds with after this. Same with Moose. But I think this is the conclusion, the final chapter in the Eddie Edwards and Moose feud. Good.
We have a wrestler that Eddie Edwards is very much linked to.
Yes, that is
coming
true.
Back in 2019.
Yes, they might have been a great tag team. They might have been former tag team champions. I know where you're going.
Right. And they were very American.
Yes.
And
they like to howl.
They do, and they're carnivores.
Yes.
So, we're talking about the Wolves, people.
Yes. Come on.
Come on now. But I think that's a very, very big possibility that we see Davey Richards come back down the line sooner rather than later. So, fourth match of the night, Monsters Ball, Abyss versus Eli Drake. Yeah. Shenanigans are going to happen in this match, no question.
All right. So I think with this one, I want Eli Drake to win, but I think because we're old school with this, man, we're going to back to Nashville, going to the Asylum, and he's constantly been berating hardcore wrestlers like Raven, and he's gotten into it with Tommy Dreamer. There's some way through this, like you mentioned, shenanigans. I kind of see the Hall of Famer getting in the win here. I could kind of see Abyss winning this.
I do too. I think the whole that he's been messing with Raven and Tommy Dreamer. I think that's going to come back to bite him in the butt. I think Abyss does win this. This is where Eli Drake needs to be interjected out of what he's been doing for the last 6 months, the great Ojo Henry stuff, and now this. He's got to be a main player. You do not have a guy that has mic skills, the talent version, mic skills up there with some of the greats of all time. I'm not saying Eli Drake is as good as those guys, but he is, for Impact's sake, he's up there. So I think Eli Drake needs to be catapulted into that same, threshold.
And I agree, but I'm looking at this, like, I remember Bound for Glory, like, Abyss chokeslams him through the table, and, he beats him up, and then Eli Drake beats up Joseph Park, which we all know is Abyss, but, I mean, like, he's beating up his quote-unquote brother, so, I mean, you have those interactions, and like we mentioned with Raven, Tommy Dreamer, the whole nine, and just this whole, thing against hardcore wrestling, and I think, like you mentioned, it's going to bite him in the butt, and we'll probably see Raven, Tommy Dreamer, and all these people get involved, and I could see Abyss either giving him a black hole slam through a table, or something, but it'll be a sweet spot, and Abyss will get the win.
Yeah, I mean, what a better guy to have out there than Raven, though.
True.
I think that adds so much credibility to this match.
Well, look at the Asylum days, too, man. I mean, the dude made his debut in 2003. He gave the Raven Effect DDT to Jeff Jarrett and held up the NWA title. I mean, there's history there at Raven in the Asylum.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, he's a former TNA World Champion.
Yep.
And I don't care that it was the NWA. He still won the world title in TNA.
He did. Okay. Very true.
So did Abyss, but some cool stuff to have Raven in this.
Yeah, but I think in this one we got to go with the OG, man. We got to go Abyss on this.
I'm going to go Abyss, too. I think Abyss wins this one. There's no way Eli Drake's walking out alive. There's just no way.
No.
Okay, fifth match of the night we got for the Impact World Tag Team Championships. We got LAX defending against the Lucha Brothers.
This one I'm literally looking forward to.
This is going to probably tear the house down. This could be Match of the Year candidate, and it's not even 6 days into the new year.
You know, something tells me with this whole thing without Konnan, I think they have something to prove because Konnan's left them and, you know, that they're really passionate about this with them and, you know, the whole thing with Lucha Brothers. I mean, it's a fresh matchup because for the better part of this year, 2018, they've been feuding with the OGs and OVE and I mean, like, and Eli Drake and Scott Steiner and they've had like interchange matches in there, like with Matt Sydal and Ethan Page, Falabon, KM, the Desi Hit Squad and other tag teams coming in like the Beach Bums and the Heavenly Bodies. So I remember all the
right.
Yes, so I mean you've had all these matches, but I think this is the proving ground for LAX, and I think that they're going to get that win over the Lucha Brothers. I'm going to say LAX retain, and then we'll have more match of this. I could see LAX maybe as a heel turn even, dude, and just having them go against the Lucha Brothers, have a more aggressive side at LAX because I have something to prove to Konnan. So I got to go LAX on this one.
I'm assuming LAX re-signed, right? Because, I mean, I know their contracts were up.
Well, here's the thing. I'm just going to say this right now, and people can say what they want, but remember how that they wanted that match with the Street Profits and Evolve kind of took them off of that? I'm just saying, because if they don't, you could possibly see that match on an NXT or an NXT TakeOver if they choose not to resign, or wherever LAX do, but I'm pretty sure that they resigned. But don't quote me, but I'm thinking they resigned.
Yeah, I think they did too, and I think they obviously wanted the match,
correct,
no doubt, but they were, you know, willing to bite their tongue on it and just move forward. It is what it is, but I think I'm going to go Lucha Brothers here.
You're going to say tag title change?
I think we're going to get a tag title change. I think, okay, LAX has already held the titles the longest in Impact's history. Okay, longest reigning tag team champion. I think definitely Lucha Brothers take it here. I just think without the Konnan thing, and you could be right, they could prove him wrong, or it could go the other way and Konnan was right and you guys should have listened to me type thing. So I'm going to go Lucha Brothers. So it's good that we don't agree on everything.
Exactly, and I think that's the point of it because it's like you said, they could be like, oh, we got to prove them wrong in the passion and the drive that they have, but then it's like Konnan could come out and say, see guys, you should have listened to me. You're like Hoovy, you're like Rey Mysterio, like all these references that they're picking up. So it could go either way, but I'm going to say title retain and you're going to say a title change. So cool.
Yes, I'll say title change. I think Lucha Brothers take it, but it's going to be a phenomenal match.
Absolutely.
Okay, sixth match of the night. We got the Ultimate X match for the vacant X Division Championship. Thank God this thing got vacant because nobody was beating Brian Cage.
Exactly.
We got Jake Crist versus Ethan Page versus Rich Swann versus Trey Miguel. Who do you got winning this one?
All right, so we have two faces and two heels. We have Jake Crist and Ethan Page are the heels, and Rich Swann and Trey Miguel, which, by the way, you gotta love that nickname, the Fresh Prince of Midair. My God, Trey Miguel. I like him. I think he's a very talented individual, but he's relatively new into Impact, and I think, you know, I don't see Trey getting it. Rich Swann, I think that they're going to continue, you know, the feud with Sami Callihan, which also is Jay Chris is in here with OVE. So, man, I'm going to tell you this right now. I got to go with the heel in this one. I'm not going to say Ethan Page. I'm going to go with the mini draw. I'm going to say Jake Chris wins the X Division Championship, Hurls.
Wow. I was actually going to go with Rich Swann. I'm going Rich Swann in this one. I think they want to keep the guy, you know, a bigger name with the title. And I think they're going to go with Rich Swann. I think he wins it. But he could still have a feud still with Jake Chris.
True.
So, you know, that could easily go that way. I'll go. I will definitely go Rich Swann. You're going Jay Chris. I like it.
Yep.
I like it. We've got the opposites there. All right, seventh match of the night. For the Impact Knockouts Championship, it's going to be Tessa Blanchard versus Taya Valkyrie with Gail Kim as a special guest referee.
You know that there's going to be something going down with Gail Kim, man. You know that there's going to be something going down with Gail Kim. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm going to say Tessa retains. Taya Valkyrie, something happens with Taya, Tessa, and Gail Kim. But I got to say this right now. I think what we're going to get is Gail Kim will come out of retirement, and either at Redemption or Slammiversary, we're going to get Tessa Blanchard versus Gail Kim for the Knockouts Championship. So I'm going to say Tessa retains.
Thank God, because I have something different that I think is going to happen. I still think Gail's going to come out of retirement as well.
Okay.
I think that's a given. I wrote this on Twitter to her, by the way. One of my responses, whether she read it or not, is another story. But I said, you got to have a match with Tessa Blanchard. You just do. Impact's got to throw the whole book at Tessa. She's a star. Why not have another star versus your star? It's got to be Gail Kim versus Tessa. It's either going to be Slammiversary or Bound for Glory. Okay. It's got to be one of them. Maybe Redemption, but I think Taya Valkyrie wins it here.
You're gonna go Taya? The title change, Hurls.
I'm gonna go We're Loca. Right?
Yes, We're Loca.
She's got that Cabbage Patch doll hair going on.
Yes.
I think she's gonna win the title. I think Gail Kim is going to make sure Tessa doesn't cheat, and that's going to set up the feud between Gail Kim and Tessa Blanchard.
You're a piece of work. I'm just thinking, I was not expecting you to say I'm going with We're Loca. All right, so, we'll differ. I'll go Tessa. You go Taya.
Their match was awesome.
It was. It was
one of the best matches of the night. I can see why this is placed where it is.
Whew. Okay, yeah, but dude, we've seen these gals go at it before, and a lot. And I'm gonna just say the undeniable one gets it, which I'm fine if Taya wins it too. But yeah, I'm just gonna go another Tessa Blanchard retains.
And by the way,
yes,
does Taya Valkyrie work better as a face than a heel? Because I think she does.
Yeah. I've seen her as a face and a heel in Lucha too, and I've liked it both because she's technically a face now. When she, that whole thing where in Lucha Underground where Matanza Koito interrupted the wedding and she was feuding with Ricky Mundo, that whole schmaz with the doll. But yeah, she works better. She works. I think she works great as both. Okay,
just as far as Impact standards go, though, I think she works.
Okay,
I've seen her better as a face than as a heel. I didn't really. She was good as a heel. She was dominating, but I think she's doing good. I think she's getting over with the crowd more.
She does that dance now every time she comes out. You see that little dance? Right. See that little groove on?
Yeah. The dancing probably works, but I think, a lot of people, they say a lot of wrestlers work better as heels because it's easier to do. But I think she's actually a better face, at least on Impact. I'm not caught up on Lucha.
Well, she kind of
I was reviewing it on Netflix, but they took it off.
I feel you, but I think what's also due is I think she's got a new move now, man, because she went to a submission move now. It's like an STF, and then I don't see her doing the Road to Valhalla that much anymore.
No, you don't see the Road to Valhalla, and her gimmick's totally changed.
Absolutely, she's not like the Game of Thrones type character. She's
no,
she's this is me. I'm We're Loca. I'm Taya Valkyrie. I'm gonna dance. I'm Johnny Munda's wife. Boom, here I am. That's how she is.
Here I am. Right. Exactly. So, I'm going to We're Loca.
All right.
Damn it.
I know you just want to say that again, so go ahead. Get it out. Get out the We're Loca. All right. So, we'll differ again.
Wait, I have to do this because I know Impact Dude wants me to do this, and Raven Effect and Griggs. So, give me We're Loca.
God damn it. Okay. All right. Tessa, We're Loca, Taya. Let's go to the main event, man.
Main event. Option C, Brian Cage cashing in to take on Johnny Impact for the Impact World title.
Okay. I think Killer Cross is getting involved in this. That's what I'll first and foremost say. I think you can agree with me on that.
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. But I have another theory, though.
Go ahead.
I think Austin Aries gets involved.
And he comes back in this matchup and screws Johnny Impact. Or screws Brian Cage.
I think there's a swerve to be had. I think they screwed Brian Cage.
Well, Austin Aries is the one that came up with option C, so.
Yeah, and that's why this whole thing sets up perfectly for Austin Aries. And it also sets up perfectly for him to come back. Okay, we had that crazy shenanigans, and he comes back and screws Brian Cage over because, you know, he's using option C, and it's supposed to be his rematch, and you know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I mean, but there's also the element that
back and screw Johnny Impact.
But yeah, but there's also
and then, you know, that would.
Yeah, there's also the element of Killer Kross trying to, like, you know, offering him his help and doing all this stuff, and I think Killer Kross is trying to, you know, get the inner killer, so to speak, out of Johnny Impact. So I could see him getting involved, but man, I got to tell you this right now, because I've seen them as a team in AAA. I think we are going to get a Killer Kross Brian Cage match out of this somehow in some fashion.
Wow, that'd be nice. Yeah, I guess we could go that route too.
Dude, he took the German. Killer Kross takes the German. He just comes up, smiles, fixes and acts like it's nothing. I mean, come on. There's something building from that. That was very cool.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think. So you don't think Austin Aries is involved at all?
No. I'm just going to say somehow Johnny Impact gets the win, maybe Brian Cage, because, you know, he's a machine, and he'll go after, they'll try to do like some schmaz where it'll be like, oh, I'm going to shake your hand, great match, buddy, and then then Brian Cage will attack Johnny Impact, and there's a Cage heel turn, and then here comes Killer Kross, and they have to build to Killer Kross Brian Cage match. And then Killer Kross will be like, you should have taken my help, John. See, I was right there for you, John. We're going to be watching you, John. You know.
So you think Brian Cage wins?
I think he loses.
See, I think Impact retains.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking Johnny Impact retains and Brian Cage loses. That's what I'm going to.
What about this?
Go ahead.
What about this? Could be, you know how they say card subject to change. What if Brian Cage gets taken out before the match?
And you put in Austin Aries.
Yeah, or okay, it's Killer Kross.
Okay, and then Killer Kross gets in there.
Then Killer Kross loses to Johnny Impact. Austin Aries was the man who took out Brian Cage for Killer Kross to get the title shot. So Johnny Impact beats Killer Kross. Then after the match, Austin Aries comes out there and just starts going to town on him. Because hey, let's not forget they were a team.
They were
Killer Kross.
Austin Aries, Killer Kross, and Moose. Yes.
Yep. So I'm just saying, don't count out Aries yet.
All right, we shall see. But I think, are we both going to be in agreement here, Hurls, and say that Johnny Impact retains the title?
Yeah,
okay,
definitely. Because I already got 2 title changes.
Yeah.
I don't think they're getting 3. I don't think we're getting 3.
Look at you trying to go for that trifecta there, Hurls. I see you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Huh.
So I think Johnny Impact's definitely retaining here.
Yep, me too.
So there's going to be some kind of interesting angle at the end, though.
Well, do you see any surprises, by the way? Because we are in the Asylum. Do you see like a Mike Tenay or a Don West showing up like an original?
They got to do something. I think they got to do something. If they don't do something at the pay-per-view, they got to definitely do something at the Impact tapings, which I'm sure is going to happen. I think we're going to get a little sampler surprise at the pay-per-view. And then I think at the TV tapings, we're going to get a ton of debuts.
Yes.
Who do you think? Who do you think is most likely to show up? Just throw it out there.
Shark Boy.
Well, he was in those Scarlet Bordeaux promos. So
yeah, we get D-Ray 3000 out of mothballs.
Oh, please no.
Where's the heat with D-Ray, man?
Come on.
What do you mean? Come on. He was funny.
You're not going to give me Elix Skipper?
Well, I was going to go Elix Skipper too, but if we get Elix Skipper, and I was also going to say Monty Brown. If we get Elix Skipper and Monty Brown, I will be ecstatic.
If we get Monty Brown, I'll go streaking on my street.
Whoa.
And nobody wants to see that.
Whoa. Okay. All right, Earls. But yes, I want to see Elix Skipper and Monty Brown. Jesus.
Oh, you watch he shows up, then I'll have to do it. But no.
No, please. I don't want it. No, Earls.
Hey, I gotta prove to the people.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. But yeah, Elix Skipper, Monty Brown. Watch, they'll try to get Wildcat Chris Harris.
That would be pretty fun. What about James Storm?
Oh.
He's in Tennessee the night before.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's see. We'll see. I mean, let's see how it goes, man. They got tapings there too.
I'm just saying, he's
I know.
The night before.
All right.
In the same state.
That makes sense. They're in his hometown.
Hey, Bram. What about Bram? He just moved back to Tennessee.
There's a lot of possibilities. I mean, I'm just
Team 6.
I'm just,
Damn it.
I'm just trying to get the image of you streaking. If we see you, let's get Monty Brown out of my head. You sick man, you. Okay, but
I'm not streaking.
Elix Skipper and Monty Brown. Well, if Monty Brown, like I said, Elix Skipper would be fun. All right, I was gonna say low key, but I'm like, no, wait a minute, MLW.
Right.
Okay, but let's see. I'm gonna be straight up here. I could definitely see if you want to add like a Mike Tenay or a Don West coming back, or okay, Scott Hudson. How old school is that? Scott Hudson, Shane Douglas. Go ahead. What?
Announcers? That's it? You're only giving me announcers? You're giving me like Jerry Lynn?
Well, Jerry Lynn was just at All In, so that makes sense. Jerry Lynn.
Yeah. You're going to give me, I mean, probably a friend with Don Callis, too.
Yeah, Jerry Lynn works, but I mean, Jerry Lynn actually has his own podcast right now.
Yeah, he does.
Him and Mikey Whipwreck.
Man, him and Mikey Whipwreck, they got a podcast. That's pretty cool.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, that works. I mean, Jerry Lynn. Let's see who else. Or who you got then, Hurls?
I'm just saying, like, okay, guys, you're already going to get Raven.
Yeah.
That's a big comeback in itself to be there.
Michael Shane out of Mothballs?
See, I think you got to go Jerry Lynn. Guys are memorable. That won titles. I mean, Chris Harris and James Storm would be.
You know I'm going to say it, Hurls. Disco Inferno.
You know what? Do we have to end this show early? Do we have to end this show early?
What? Come on. He was you Mr. Disco Inferno equals ratings. Go ahead.
Yes, he did. He brought up the show on Thanksgiving. That's pretty impressive.
That very much is. Yes.
I do think we should get some more Glenn Gilberti. I really do.
Oh.
Fine. Bring him back. Put him in a comedy sketch.
Jeez. I mean, it'll be interesting, man. Any of the girls, like, any girls you see coming back?
Well,
Awesome Kong? No.
Did you ask your friend Trinity?
Oh, dude. Trinity is one. I would love to see Trinity come back. Absolutely. But no, I cannot confirm on that.
Like, maybe just say, throw a tweet out to good old Don Callis. Say, hey, I'm good friends with Trinity. She'd love to come back.
Yes.
And would love to be on your show.
Yeah, there you go.
See what happens after that.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. Maybe Don Callis slides into her DMs. Okay? That's all I've got to say.
Okay. How about Tracy Brooks?
That would be pretty cool.
All right.
There's been some rumors about Kazarian's contract running up in Ring of Honor. Is that any truth to that?
I'm not sure. But, I mean, can you see Kazarian and Daniels in AEW?
Oh, yeah, I definitely could. See, that's what I'm talking about. Potential free agents that may go to Impact are now going to get, if this AEW is legit, they're going to go to AEW if they got the money. So, we'll see. I don't know how that's going to work.
All right, I'm going to say one more because, I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see. I know we're having a lot of fun here, but D'Lo Brown?
That's very, very, very realistic because he shows up a lot in BCW.
Yeah, so there you go. D'Lo Brown.
Just had a match in BCW, actually.
Yes, he did.
2 matches. Two matches, Impact / BCW.
All right.
Yeah, I do. I think that would be an easy one to get, too.
So, we shall see.
Former TNA Tag Team Champion with Apollo.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Bring Sonny Siaki out of Mothballs. There you go, Apollo.
Is he in jail?
No, he's not in jail.
What? Well, he killed a guy.
Who?
Siaki.
When? What are you talking about?
What? You don't know?
No, I don't know.
Do your TNA research.
Jesus. Okay. If he's not in jail.
Okay. Chris Candido? No?
Well, God rest his soul.
Yeah. Siaki.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, are you really going to go to Chris Candido in the blood clot at Lockdown?
Oh, jeez.
You're really going to go to that?
Whose leg did Candido trip over?
That is true. He did true. Okay. Man, you're really taking it back. Jeez. 13 years. 13 years, man.
I mean, if TNA has a black claw on anybody, it's got to be Sonny Siaki.
It's that damn Sonny Siaki's fault for tripping.
Yeah. You know, if you bought the network, you know that they black them out.
Jesus. Well, okay. First and foremost, Sonny the man got a kidney, all right? Leave him alone. The man gave a kidney. Leave him alone.
Okay.
All right.
Well, yeah, I mean, crazy things happen to us when you kill a guy.
Jeez. Okay, Hurls, move along.
Okay. All right. I think that'll wrap it up. 2019. What are you expecting from Impact?
Well, I want to see them not on the Pursuit channel, to be honest with you, but, I mean, I have no problems with whoever they bring in. I mean, there's a lot of great talent on that roster in all different fields, singles, tag, and women's. I just hope the best for them and just keep shining, keep doing what they're doing with all the great talents that they have. I know one of your things is probably going to, I'm just going to say it right now, I'm going to take a guess. Are you going to say you want to see Chris Jericho in Impact Wrestling in 2019?
Well, yeah, I mean, I wanted to see him in 2018.
I know.
And he never showed up, but no, what I'm looking forward to, I want to see if Don Callis puts his money where his mouth is. I want to see if they do an edgier, sexier product like he was talking about, because I think they have to. I think they got to go balls to the wall in 2019. Sucks that they're on a Pursuit channel, but maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Maybe they can do more. Because remember, Pop didn't want to show that Barbed Wire Massacre 3.
That is true.
So maybe now, with that 10 o'clock Friday night, I mean, dang, I'm going to say something here. Have you noticed on shows that are like on AMC or FX that they can say the F word now? They can say fuck now.
I've noticed it.
Did you notice that?
I did.
That they must have just started. They must have just, like, the FCC must have just kind of let that go, like, recently. Because, yeah, American Horror Story, Walking Dead, I think I heard it on Better Call Saul. They're saying it. Like, Impact, are they going to go that route?
I mean,
because they probably could now.
Well, yeah, you're Impact After Dark again, like it was with Pop. So I mean, you can go with some edgier and sexier television.
Right? Yeah, you dropping F-bombs. Who knows? They're gonna go full Attitude Era. They might as well.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well. Hey, when life hands you lemons, what do? You make lemonade.
And that's what Impact's gonna try to do. Make some lemonade, man.
Make some lemonade with Sonny Siak. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right. It's going to be fun, though. It's gonna be
it is.
Larkin, I had a blast. This was a fun show.
This was.
So I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens at Homecoming.
Me too.
Maybe we'll do the recap show.
All right.
In a matter of a few nights. All right. As for all the rest of the HeelCast team, we got Raven Effect, Griggs, Robert, FK9, Impact Dude, Larkin. Any final thoughts?
Just everybody enjoy Homecoming this Sunday on pay-per-view. Main evented by Johnny Impact and Brian Cage, and a lot of solid action on the card. Just enjoy it, fans.
I will certainly do that with my glass of lemonade.
Jesus. All right.
Okay. Everybody, it's been a fun HeelCast on the out. Peace.
Peace.